Suresh Kumar, and tonight we look at how Delhi is once again struggling with dangerous air pollution levels just weeks after government claims of improvement, and the city has turned into what many call a gas chamber, with residents facing severe health risks as the AQI hits record highs this season. Just 5 days ago, viewers, on December 11th, the Environment Minister stood before the Parliament and made a statement. He shared data showing that this season, Delhi's air quality index never crossed the 450 mark. He even presented data showing that 2025 had been Delhi's best year for air quality in the last 8 years. And he talked about 200 days of good air, up from just 110 days in 2016. And the message was very clear that we are winning the battle against pollution. But here's what happened next. On December 14th, just 3 days after that particular statement in the Parliament before the entire nation, Delhi's AQI hit 461. It entered what is called the severe plus category, and today it is 427, still in the severe zone, with some areas hitting close to 500 for 3 consecutive days. And Delhi recorded its highest pollution levels of the entire season in just the last 3 days. And the same week, the government was celebrating improvement. Residents were choking on the worst air they had breathed all year, and Stage 4 of the Graded Response Action Plan is also now in force, bringing strict curbs on construction, vehicles and more. Foreign missions, including Singapore's High Commission, have issued advisories warning citizens about health risks and also possible travel disruptions due to low visibility. In the last 5 days, Delhi's air quality deteriorated by nearly 80%, and this wasn't a gradual slide. This was a rapid collapse, and it happened within days of the government celebrating improvement. So what explains this gap? The answer is actually quite simple, viewers, and it reveals something troubling about how we discuss pollution in this country, because the government's data covers January to November. It's an average, and it includes the clearer summer months when pollution naturally drops. It smooths out the winter spikes into a more palatable annual figure. But if you're a Delhi resident in mid-December, struggling to breathe, unable to see clearly, even in daylight, that average doesn't mean anything to you, does it? What is causing this toxic buildup? Traffic emissions surged during this period. PM 2.5 levels, the tiny particles that penetrate deep into your lungs, spiked during peak traffic hours. Multiple monitoring stations recorded carbon monoxide levels that breached safe limits, and construction debris and garbage burning continued despite supposed controls. And then there's the weather, the so-called trap effect, because temperature inversion prevented pollutants from dispersing. Low winds and high humidity made the smog worse. The air became thick, visible and suffocating. In fact, let's listen into those reactions that we're tracking.
आप पैरामीटर बदल देंगे तो कहेंगे एयर क्वालिटी बेहतर है। ये कौन सी नई चीज है? आप एयर क्वालिटी को बेहतर कैसे करेंगे? दुनिया के तमाम देश आप देख करके आते हैं, वहाँ AQI क्या है? मुझे लगता है कई बार लोग इसलिए भी बाहर जाते हैं कि बहुत साफ सुथरी हवा मिल जाए, जिससे उनके लंग्स साफ हो जाएं, क्लियर हो जाएं। तो कहीं ऐसा तो नहीं कि बीजेपी के लोग बहुत ट्रैवल इसलिए ज्यादा बाहर कर रहे हो कि जिससे एयर क्लियर मिल जाए, उन्हें एयर साफ मिले तो उनके फेफड़े साफ हो जाएं। आप सोचिए हम कहाँ रह रहे हैं।
अरे एयर पोल्यूशन 2019 में भी मैंने 193 फाइल की थी और लोकसभा में बहस शुरू की थी। पिछले 6 साल में प्रदूषण में कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ा है और खराब हो गई है। लोगों का सांस लेना मुश्किल हो रहा है। पार्लियामेंट को, संसद को सारे काम छोड़ के प्राथमिकता पे इस पे बहस करनी चाहिए।
पोल्यूशन पर पार्लियामेंट में डिस्कशन नहीं होना चाहिए था। पोल्यूशन पर डिस्कशन के बाद उसका सोल्यूशन नहीं सामने आना चाहिए था। इतने बड़े बड़े आप साइंटिस्ट की बात करते हैं, इसरो की बात करते हैं, आप अभी प्राइवेटाइजेशन की बात कर रहे हैं, आप तमाम उसमें आपके पास कोई भी ऐसा रास्ता नहीं है, कोई ऐसा सोल्यूशन नहीं है। ये रोज से बातें करके खत्म। पार्लियामेंट, इनफैक्ट जो पार्लियामेंट में ये भी लोगों ने कहा कि अगर स्कूल बंद कर सकते हो, ऑनलाइन काम कर सकते हो, आप यहाँ पे 50% जो है घर से काम कर सकते हो, तो पार्लियामेंट का काम घर से क्यों नहीं हो सकता है? पार्लियामेंट ऑनलाइन क्यों नहीं हो सकता है?
Viewers, over the past 10 years, multiple policies have been tried. The odd-even scheme from 2016 to 2019 aimed to reduce vehicle numbers, but saw very limited success, with only a small drop in PM 2.5 that was often offset by traffic shifts. GRAP, that was launched in 2017, has brought graded restrictions and shown partial results through better enforcement, though challenges continue to remain. Curbs on stubble burning since 2018 have been the most effective, cutting farm fire incidents by over 90% in recent years. And the formation of the Commission for Air Quality Management in 2020 improved regional coordination, but the progress is very, very slow. The National Clean Air Program efforts from 2021, along with pushes for electric vehicles and dust control, have increased good air days overall, yet winter peaks persist. Experiments like cloud seeding in recent years have not even delivered measurable improvements, and one of the exercises that was even tested by the Delhi government even failed just recently. And adding to that concern is the recent government statement in the parliament on December 9th, repeating that there is no conclusive data linking air pollution directly and exclusively to deaths or diseases in India. And this has drawn criticism from the opposition. Congress's Jairam Ramesh shared studies from sources like the Lancet estimate around 1.5 to 2 million extra deaths annually in the country due to pollution exposure exceeding safe limits. And other reports even link it to higher risks of respiratory diseases, heart conditions, and even brain health issues. The big questions that we are asking tonight is, viewers, with studies showing clear health impacts, why does the government maintain that there is no direct link to deaths? Is there a real path to breaking this annual cycle, or will Delhiites have to keep bracing for toxic winters every single year? Is the government even moving the goalposts by celebrating that the AQI stayed below 450 for 11 months to mask the live experience of a few deadly winters weeks where the capital effectively becomes unlivable? And to give us more insights and also to ask some of these hard and choking questions, we have Dr. Anil Gupta, spokesperson of the BJP, Chirag Sethi, spokesperson of the Aam Aadmi Party, Dr. Gufran Beg, Chair Professor, NIAS and founder and project director at SAFAR, which is the System of Air Quality and Weather Forecasting and Research. Sunil Dahiya, founder of Enviro Catalyst and also a lead analyst. A very good evening, gentlemen. My first question is obviously to Dr. Anil Gupta. Anil Gupta ji, we meet again just a few days after that big statement that your union minister made in the parliament. You know, before the pollution levels collapsed, it was the claims of the central government and the BJP that collapsed faster. How do you respond to these alarming spikes in the pollution levels?
Yeah, you are right that today AQI is not good. It is in the severe
Today,
condition.
in the last 3 days, sir, in the last 3 days, AQI has not been really good. And even before that, AQI has been over 200, which according to the world standards and also the Pollution Control Board is not good. What are you saying about today?
If you finish, then allow me to speak.
Yeah, please speak.
I said today AQI is 427. It is in the severe condition. It is not good. But we have to check the natural circumstances also. What is the wind speed today? What is the humidity? What is the temperature? If there is no dispersion, the pollution will not go away. It is a fact that we got this pollution from the legacy of last 26 to 27 years. We are working very hard on this, and during the time of election, we asked for 3 to 5 years. If you compare today AQI or this season AQI with the last year, we are still better. I don't say we are, on a good condition, I admit that. But if you compare with the last year, last year we have 66 satisfactory days. This year we have 79 days. Last year the severe war on 11 days today, and this year is 3 days. What we have done for controlling is this air pollution. Now I'm giving point by point. We are working on two strategies. One is the elimination of source, and another one is the suppressing or dust mitigation. For elimination of source, we are cleaning all the roads. We are repairing the potholes. We are doing the mechanical sweeping. We are making new forest. We are making new Miyawaki forest. We are, as and when the GRAP is implemented by the CAQM, like today it is GRAP 4, the strict control, strict regulation is there. Construction is banned. Schools are in hybrid mode. These are all the emergency provisions. But we are working on the multiple level of strategy. First, to eliminate the source, and second, for the present situation, we want to try to suppress, by the mist spray or by sprinkling of the water, by mechanical sweepings, by washing of the all the ring road with the water, and so many things are done. And this implementation of this GRAP 4 is also strictly headed. So we are working very hard, but we got about 152 lakhs metric ton of garbage in the legacy. Already 30,000 has been reduced. The C&D waste collection was increased from 5,000 to 6,000 and hope to increase by 10,000. The waste to energy plant, we have 5 now, we are further enhancing to 10. We will be working on that. So many measures are there. First time 70 new forest will be constructed. The already land has been identified. I know this will take some time. It will take 2 to 3 years to cover up. But just, you mentioned about the Lancet report. This is just to defame the country. There is no authenticity. What data they have, what questionnaire they have.
Sir, I'll tell you
from where
something,
they
sir.
studies,
Dr. Anil
from
Gupta,
where they have studied.
air pollution is not directly mentioned in anybody's death report. It comes in the form of cardiac arrest, lung diseases, respiratory problems. And let me also tell you something. This morning at around 6:30 a.m., I was in the national capital, okay? And I saw garbage burning was still there. There was no sweeping. There was no manual sweeping that was happening. And, and garbage burning was not just isolated to 1 or 2 spots. It was there right in the heart of the national capital near civil lines. Chirag Sethi, 10 years Aam Aadmi Party was in power and the BJP had all the time to analyze the situation and come up with a strategy plan if they knew they were going to win.
I request Deepak ji, you take your camera team. Give me 24 hours. I will show. Delhi has a road network of 28,508. And I will show you where this is thing. Regularly, 5,000 roads are being sweeping, cleaning is done by the mechanical sweeping regularly. But I am admitting the situation is not good. I'm not saying that situation is very good. But as compared to the previous years, we have improved a lot. And we are hopeful to improve any further. It is not a one day. It is not my fault.
Sir, every single day, people are hoping against hope. People are hoping against hope, sir, but hope is not taking us anywhere. When we first spoke last week, my situation was the same. And now, when we are speaking again after 5 days, sir, my situation, my health condition has deteriorated. It takes 5 days to heal, but it's taking me more than 5 days. In fact, it's deteriorating even further. I just had a cough. I just had a cold when we spoke first. Now I have cough, I have breathing issues, and I can't even breathe properly. And if I want to go out and get, fresh air, I can't do that because there is no fresh air. Chirag Sethi.
See, Deepak, if you have to stay in Delhi, you have to wear this mask. This is what Bhajpa has given you. Why? Because they can blame it to Delhi. What about Noida? What about Gurgaon? What about the cities? Top 80 cities are from India when we talk about pollution. And you're very brave, you're talking about this. Most of the channels have blacked it out. This government has not prepared anything. This is the government of fraudsters. Why I'm saying that? The Mukhyamantri that says AQI is temperature, how will she tackle pollution? I will ask you something. How will they fudge how they're fudging the data? I'll tell you. I have been to Anand Vihar. Just around the AQI monitor, they had trucks which were sprinkling water. That's how the AQI was coming down. What were they doing? At the night of Diwali, they shut down the AQI monitors and there is data 6 hours. The AQI monitor was shut down and it is right in the papers. But nobody will ask questions about this, that how this AQI is coming down to 450 because they are fudging the data. Now they're just not fudging the data. They are playing with the health of small kids who are going to the schools because they cannot implement GRAP because the values are wrong. Mr. Anil Gupta is killing children. His party is killing children because they have to go to the schools. I'll tell you, you go and pick up any PM 2.5 monitor. I challenge Mr. Anil Gupta. He comes with me. I'll show him the PM 2.5 levels of 700-800 in the heart of the city. But he will not agree to all this because he is from a party which only knows how to lie. Now they have 4 engines in Delhi. They have a government in Haryana. They have a government in Uttar Pradesh. Now they can't even blame stubble burning. Stubble burning is down by 95%. Now, even now, Punjab is not burning any stubble. Haryana is not burning any stubble. Now it's their lack of working towards the betterment of health for Delhi. The Singapore High Commission has to now issue a statement. Now, as per Mr. Anil Gupta, cigarette smoking, nobody will kill cigarette smoking. Nobody kills cigarettes. If you smoke a cigarette, you will never die because the cause will never be you die of cigarette smoking. The cause will be you died of bronchitis, you died of a heart attack, you died of a severe asthma attack. But who will tell all these things to them? Because no channel wants to debate on this. People like Dr. Anil Gupta, who prefix a doctor but tells that smoking will not kill you, what can you expect out of them? My sincere request to you is, please see what is happening in the city today. Why this wasn't
The
happening in
point
the
is,
last
Mr.
few years?
Sethi, you can't even see because the visibility is so less, all thanks to the pollutants that are in the air, and there is no enforcement. Dr. Gufran Beg.
When we used to implement odd and even, they used to laugh. अरे इससे कैसे होगा? उसी से होता था. उसी से हम control करते थे because we never used to fudge the data. The minute it used to show 450, GRAP 4 used to be implemented. I will show you. Still, construction is happening in the city. The corrupt MCD is still making houses, is still doing work. But what can you do? Because this party is for the fraudsters. Go to any city, the AQI is so bad, you can't even step out. You have to wear an N90 mask. I can't tell my 6-year-old to wear this and go out. But what can I do? Because this fraudster government will fudge the numbers, and even in parliament, the minister will say the number has not gone over 450. अरे कैसे जाएगा? आप AQI डेटा फर्ज कर रहे हो, आपने AQI मॉनिटर तक बंद कर दिए, आप कैसे करेंगे?
Dr. Gufran Beg, you're part of SUFFER, and you know, just 2 days or 3 days after the government made that big statement, AQI fell very, very sharply, recording at least 500. In fact, I also have recorded a video just 2 days after we had that conversation, Dr. Gupta. Before I play that video out, Dr. Gufran Beg, were early warnings issued to the government about, you know, the harmful condition of the atmosphere in the National Capital Region?
Yeah, I mean, this is purely, you know, I will put it in a different way because there is no parali, there is no festive firecracker, there is no winter chill which has been peaked so far, but Delhi AQI is such to severe. Why did this happen? What does it teaches us? And that is where the situation is that every time it is coming. Now, I put it in a different way. Put simply, wind speed across Delhi and its wider airshed area is close to zero. This means nothing was coming in and nothing was coming out. So vertical dispersion also excused to inversion layer up to 500 meter. So I am now putting this that whatever pollution which you are seeing, neither it is going out nor coming. So it is all because of the local sources of emissions. And this is something locally we should work on because going into the quick fixes doesn't really work. It has to be a long-term solution. Long-term solution has to be given. Implementation has to be very seriously done. And as on today, I can tell you about 45% of them is coming from the transport sector. Another little bit of a misplaced priority is this, that normally in a NCAP 1, we were thinking that PM10 is the major pollutant where all the percentage reduction and all is based on that. But reality is that PM2.5 is the most lethal one. And PM10, the major source is a dust. That is why a lot of efforts has been given for the sprinkling. So the implementers are not a problem. They are doing their job. But the point is that somebody has to tell them that PM2.5, the contribution is less than 10%. So dust is not that much of a problem. Go for the real management of the transport. Go to the biofuel emission. Go to the industrial emissions. Biofuel emission anyway we cannot reduce because it is all in the residential poor sector, socio-economic issue. But whatever we can do, at least we do. So in my opinion, what I say is that whether it is sleeping now, whether do something, majority of the time it disperses basically, and it improves kind of a thing. Now weather is not a party, weather is sleeping, let us say that. So the real thing has come, and with this particular
data, PM10 also cannot be ignored because I have data that was you know, online today, early this morning it was recorded. And the overall average in Delhi, okay, according to PM10 concentration, it was 573 in Delhi overall. But I'll give you a region-wise, breakdown. Mukherjee Nagar 654, Delhi Cant 567, Anand Vihar 535, Burari Crossing 302, New Delhi 301, RK Puram 183. So these top three places like Mukherjee Nagar, Delhi Cant and Anand Vihar have seen over 550. Sunil Dahiya, should PM10 concentration should they be ignored, or do they also speak a different and a very, very dark story?
See, both of you are saying the same thing but interpreting it different. PM10 is nothing. It constitutes all the particles which are smaller than PM10, which constitutes PM2.5. And that's what Dr. Gurfan Beg is saying. Even if you look at the PM10 concentration, if the PM10 concentration is 450 microgram, PM2.5 concentration in Delhi today was at that station 320 to 350, which means that a major constituent of this PM10 is also formed from PM2.5. And if you reduce PM2.5, PM10 will automatically come down. The other PM10 is, because it is heavy, it cannot travel large distances. It will be very locally resuspended and present there. Now, with that being said, one thing which is right, that most of the money under National Clean Air Program till now, or last 5 years, has been spent on tackling PM10 pollution and not PM2.5. And I'll take you back to Dr. Gupta's statements when he mentioned that there are actions being taken, all those water sprinkling or reducing the dust or planting new trees. None of those actions seem to be directed at reducing the emissions from transport sector, reducing the number of or petrol consumption, diesel consumption, number of registration of private vehicles, reducing the coal consumption in the region. Though PNG has been supplied to some industries, a lot of industries in Delhi NCR still are using biomass fuel or even coal or banned fuels. So most of those actions which have to be targeted when we say reduction at source, they cannot just be dust. It has to be other fuels which are mostly combustion based and which generate finer particles. And why Dr. Gurfan was saying that PM2.5 has to be given more focus is because PM10 has existed over last few centuries, and human body, our nostril hairs, trachea membrane, and the mucous membrane in lungs are developed in a way that the heavier particles get trapped there, and when we cough in the morning, they come out. But PM2.5 is a more recent pollutant. It is mostly emitted from combustion sources. Combustion of fossil fuels has increased over last 3 to 4 decades. And these 3 to 4 decades are not enough for the evolution of a human body to trap them. And that is why a larger focus should be given to PM2.5. And when we reduce PM2.5, PM10 will automatically reduce. And that's where I think when we say we have to tackle pollution at source, it has to be done across all those sectors: transport, industry, power generation, waste management. Another example, a lot of our focus is still going on generating more and more waste and burning it at the incinerators or on the roadside or at the landfill. Burning anywhere will generate more pollution. So the solution would lie in reducing waste generation at source. And that is what we have to tackle in, not building more and more incinerators and giving them contracts saying that you build a new incinerator and we'll give you 1,000 tons of waste every day. That is highly consumptive pathway and which will always lead to higher emissions. Another example, Khurja coal-based power plant started its operation this year, 60 kilometers away from Delhi. When Delhi NCR is already a critically polluted geography, why is a big source like Khurja allowed to set up and operate in this larger area set? So what we need to do is have absolute emission load reduction based targets for sectors, for geographies, and that is the only way to reduce pollution.
Dr. Gupta, you've heard experts from this particular field who understand pollution, who know what contributes to the pollution in the air. So do you agree that the government has failed in the last 1 week to control pollution after making tall claims that we had Achedin this year? And if you accept it, so what are you proposing to get these pollution levels down?
See, I will definitely I will reply each and every point.
First, sir, do you accept it? Do you accept that the government has failed?
You allowed Chirag Sethi to speak a lot.
Sir,
If,
now you're talking about Aam Aadmi
no,
Party,
listen
which is
to
not
me.
even
Sir,
relevant to the
sir,
pollution
listen to
debate
me.
that we're having.
Have some mercy. If I'm responsible for this mess, then I think the death of in last 10 years due to pollution is because of Chirag Shetty only. Because he was ruling
Sir,
that.
last 10 years you were
Sir,
sitting on the
you allowed
sidelines.
him.
You were
Why
sitting
you
on...
allowed
No,
him
no,
to
no, no,
speak
no.
like this?
No, no, no.
Why
I
you
have to
allowed
make
him to
this
speak like
point
this?
because last
Why
10
he was
years you were
personal?
sitting on the sidelines
I'm telling
and you were
every year,
criticizing the
last
Aam
10
Aadmi
years,
Party government. Now
Delhi
you have
got
the
the red
chance.
letter day of the history. Delhi crossed the AQI 999 every year. You allowed him to speak abuse. You allowed him to speak to make personal comments. And when I'm saying he is the person who is responsible for death of lakhs of people in last 10 years.
Sir,
And
overall,
why you
the
are
responsibility,
mercy?
the
And now
collective
listen to me.
responsibility...
Now listen to me. Don't talk abusive language. Don't talk personal. It is a technical subject. And now listen to me. Now Mr. Sunil Layya was mentioning, is it not true that Jhajjar plant or Khurja plant or Dadri plant are equipped with FGD? Is it not true? The government of central government or the agencies have employed FGD fuel gas desulfurization. One more thing.
No,
I'm
really
coming
good
with
point.
each and every point. And now
Really
today
good.
I'm showing you I'm showing the AQI of all the Delhi NCR. Is it not true that Alwar has AQI 124, Delhi 427, Faridabad 211, Palwal 177,
Sir,
Panipat
but
209.
Singapore embassy has issued a statement for its residents living
coming
not in
to that,
Alwar, sir, but in
I'm
Delhi.
coming to that.
So tell me that.
In 2015 and 16, all embassies, they have declared their station as no family stations. You will not question the Aam Aadmi Party. Why
I definitely did, sir. I've questioned Aam Aadmi Party even in our previous debate, and I questioned him even today. But the fact of the matter is, sir, I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry. We have to cut short this debate because we are running out of time. But the bottom line is that real action, viewers, begins when people accept. People in the positions of power must accept that they have failed and they will bring about a change. But the acceptance is not there. So the visibility will continue to deteriorate, the air quality will continue to deteriorate, and even the political whataboutery, the blame game will continue to happen. And at the end of the day, the people who are suffering are the common man. So the government really needs to wake up and it really needs to act very, very soon.